Hey everyone, what's up? Scrolls here. I just wanted to share with you a game called Space Engineers. So what's Space Engineers? Space Engineers is a game where you get to play as a space engineer. Now I've been following this game for a little less than a month now. The game just came out this week, Wednesday of this week, and I have to say I've been very happy with what the game has right now in its pre-release alpha version. So this is not even the full game yet, and it's already got so much of the, I would say, hard to achieve features implemented in this version of the game. Now, coming back to what this game is about, you play the role of a space engineer. A space engineer is someone that's been sent out to space. They're kind of like long-distance astronauts, and what they do is they go out into space and they find asteroids like this and they mine them. Now, what do they do with all the resources that they mine? Well, they use them to build stuff that they can use to mine even more. So what does every astronaut need? They need a spaceship. Now, what's so cool about this game is that not only do you get to fly these spaceships around, but these spaceships are made completely by hand by the players. That's right, no blueprints. You make these with the individual blocks that you can see on them. Now, I do say you can see them. I also want to stress that even though this is a voxel-based game, meaning that there are blocks that come together to build, these larger objects, this game is a very beautiful looking voxel, very seamless voxel game. That means that you will hardly notice that the game is made of these building blocks. And this is, and I mean, if you just look around here, this is a very good looking game. The lighting is great. The textures, so far, the stuff that have textures are actually some things. Again, this is an alpha version. There are some things that don't have textures, but the stuff that do have the textures look absolutely fantastic. And you can paint a lot of these blocks. You can customize them however you want. Again, all these ships and what I'm standing on right now is a space station. All these things are handmade by the players. So I think this is it kind of gives you an edge on a game like Minecraft. In Minecraft, you do get to build a lot of these cool things, but they're hardly ever functional. You don't get to interact with a lot of the stuff. However, in Space Engineers, you can interact with the environment so much more. And again, like I said, you can fly these things around too. Now, what you see over here, and what I might come back to unless I forget, this is a smaller spaceship that you can fly around. Now, I don't want to go too much into the details of how the gameplay works and how the eventual game will look and feel. I just want to highlight some of the major points. So right now, the game just offers a single player mode in which you get to basically experiment with the building. They let you build everything for free. Now, eventually, when the game does come out, there's going to be more of that playing, I guess, role-playing aspect, I guess you'd call it. It's going to be called manual mode, where you do actually do what I was talking about before. Go out into space, collect these resources, and then build stuff out of them. But right now, the only mode available, which will also be available in the final game, whenever the final release version of the game comes out, is the creative mode, in which you get to build all these things for free with what limited blocks they have right now. In fact, we can definitely see them just from looking at the demos, not even reading anything, that we're actually missing a lot of the full content that is planned for release. Now, one of the big things that they've already shown us a demo of is the multiplayer. And then, again, this is just a single player version that's available here in the alpha. The multiplayer version is not out yet. However, they have developed the multiplayer version, and we know this because they've actually shown us demos of it, or demos with it. So again, this video was made because I wanted some of you guys who maybe hadn't had a chance to hear about this game to take the time to look into this game. This is an absolutely well polished game for what it is. This is an indie developed title. This is not a huge company developing this game. They're working on minimal resources. So as someone who's become a not overnight, I've actually, no, I wouldn't say overnight at all, actually, but being a fan of this game, I want to rally supporters to the cause, and I wanted to start with my own home community here at LaggyGamerz. So if you have any more questions about this game, I would encourage you to go out and find some of the more detailed videos on this game. There are a lot of videos out there on YouTube now that go into some of the details of how this game works and some of the planned features. Some of them are actually by the devs themselves. And if you have any specific questions that feel maybe I would be qualified to answer, go ahead and hit me up on Steam. Steam or TeamSpeak, and I'd be more than happy to help you out or show you a live stream of some of the stuff that, if you don't believe some of the things that are out there and you want to see it for yourself, I'd be more than happy to do that. If you're already sold on the game, I'll post a link down below to where you can get more information and buy the game yourself. And if you do buy the game, be sure to share your crazy creations on the LaggyGamerz Forum. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to build. And hopefully one day we'll see each other in multiplayer as well. Until then, have a good one. So I totally forgot, like I said I probably would, to show you guys some flight. So I'm going to hop into this here, and the controls are pretty easy. They're pretty standard WASD. I'm going to fly this spaceship over to this larger one. I don't know if you would consider this a spaceship. I don't know what the technical term would be for something that's a little smaller. Maybe a vessel? Or maybe the bigger one would be called a vessel. You see, I can fly here now. Again, this is another ship. This is not a station like we saw before. And oh, there's I broke something because you saw a little bit of debris flying there. That's the other cool thing here, is that there's actually there's a nice destruction and physics system where you can crash things into each other. But yep, there you go. This is proof that you can actually fly around. It's not just a little eye candy thing that they've got going. You can fly around and crash into stuff. Here, I'm going to crash into this before we go. Third person. There we go. Destruction. Alright, well, I'm going to cut this before I get myself into any more trouble. I'll see you guys later.